Hey FreeBody family, how to release your thoracolumbar fascia coming up next. So last week I released a video about the thoracolumbar fascia being sort of an anchor for low back pain. It's kind of where things get stuck, where inflammation gets stuck and trapped, and what just may be keeping you stuck in the chronic low back pain that you just can't seem to get out of. Yes, the muscles are all a big player, and we are going to continue through this playlist talking about the muscles and how they interact with this fascia and how they also cause pain. But right now we need to really start opening, releasing, and hydrating that thoracolumbar fascia. So you're going to need your soft FreeBody ball. You need to have a ball that's got some air in it, that's got some give. And what we're going to do is go up and down on the thoracolumbar fascia. We're going to take this ball right to the wall. So I'm going to put it in, starting low in the butt area, and going side to side. One of the reasons why you want to use this soft ball is that you can actually go over bones with it. You would never want to do this with a lacrosse ball or something too hard. Right now, what we're doing, we're not releasing trigger points, we're just flushing the fascia. So what I'm doing is going over the sacrum, over the top rim of the pelvis, glute med area, over the top rim of the pelvis. Then we're going to go up and down along the spine. We can even do a little bit across the spine because this is an air-filled ball. Again, you would never want to go directly on the spine with a firm ball. So I'm just going side to side, going over the lower portion. These fibers weave up into the thoracolumbar fascia, so we're just going right under it. And we're going to get right on top of it. Very top rims of the pelvis, starting to get in the lumbar area. Now, I want to get right next to the spine. The ball is right next to my lumbar spine on the left side. I'm going to cross my arms just so you can see that ball better. I'm going to go up and down by bending and straightening the knees. Now, I have my feet a little far away. I'm going to step back here so you can see that. I have my feet kind of far away from the wall because that's going to give me more pressure in that ball. And because it's a soft ball, what it's doing is compressing and flattening a little bit on that thoracolumbar fascia, and it's doing what's called the sponge effect. We're kind of squeegeeing out the fascia as we go up and down. I'm going to do the other side now. Now I'm going to be right next to the right side of the lumbar spine, squeegeeing out that fascia. And then the sponge effect tells us that then what happens is that fascia then will absorb a bunch of fluid. It's going to super hydrate this thoracolumbar fascia. What we're also doing is pushing out inflammation that might be trapped in there. So I'm kind of get deep in my knees. Now I'm going to start going to the side and following around those ribs. First, soft side of the waist, along that QL, quadratus lumborum area, and then to the sides, right? Because those obliques, those side belly muscles also weave into the TLF. I go right up to the spine and then back. Now I'm going to get on the low ribs and do the same thing. Squeegeeing out the fascia and the muscle tissue here, a little bit of lats, a little bit of serratus anterior for those of you that like the names of things, bottom of the trapezius even, down low. Now I'm going to go bring it to the other side of the spine. Now again, you can, with this soft ball, go over the spine. Let's start back at the lower lumbar area, left side. Ball comes down right next to the spine, and we go side to side. I'm squeezing out the fluids, squeeze and kind of push. I'm kind of leaning into it. Bring the ball up on those low ribs. You can adjust your feet as needed. Come around to the side ribs. We are addressing kind of all the areas of the thoracolumbar fascia and some of the muscle tissues that attach into it. Thoracolumbar fascia is key to low back pain and sciatica. I'm just going to say that out loud also. So going side to side, I can, with a little bit of gentleness, rock on the spine with a soft airfill ball only. Disclaimer, disclaimer, do everything with gentleness and care. Of course, check with your healthcare provider. So I'm just going to go back to up and down, squeegeeing out, using that sponge effect, squeegeeing out that thoracolumbar fascia. Getting all the way down, back down, top rims of the pelvis, rocking on it. Top rim of the pelvis, rocking on it. Get down in those glutes a little, because no one ever says, I don't want to roll my glutes. Ah, so good. Great. And then putting that ball down, now you want to do just a little bit of movement. I like to circle my pelvis around, kind of pulling that thoracolumbar fascia in all directions. Big hip circles the other direction. We're going to do some gentle sliding side bends. I shrug the shoulder up to the ear. Shrug that top shoulder up to the ear. Shrug the top shoulder up to the ear. Little standing cat-cow. Wiggle, move. So that's self-myofascial release of the thoracolumbar fascia. Use the soft ball only to do that. Because it compresses a little bit, it's going to squish up. Sponge effect, clinically, scientifically proven way to work with the fascia in general, creating that sponge effect, pushing out inflammation, creating space, and then as you go back and release, that area super hydrates and fills with fluid. I recommend, if you're having low back pain, do this once a day for a week, even twice a day for a week. See how you feel. Drop a comment, let me know. This is Kat in Asheville. Subscribe, like this video. I'm taking requests. I got your requests for those hip flexors. We're going to do those soon. I'll see y'all in the next video.